Hey guys, welcome to Hitman 3 Part 2, Death in the Family. Let's get started and see what this one's all about.
She came home.
Carlisle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlisle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlisle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlisle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlisle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlisle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlisle keeps a case file on the Constant, information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Alright, that was interesting. The birthplace of Providence. Looks like a nice little manor. And Alexa is the lady we need to take care of because she came back from the dead. So this time let's make sure she stays that way. We need to find the case file as well, so I think we might need to do that before we kill her. But I guess we'll find out.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlisle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlisle and her three adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson, and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlisle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlisle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Alright, that was a nice little motorcycle we came in on. And let's see how we can get in there. I think there's our way in. But this guard can see us, so we have to go around.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlisle.
Mr. Whitmer, I think that's the detective. And it looks like there's a hole in this wall we can climb over. So let's do that.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlisle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlisle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his...
So it sounds like we have to get dressed as the detective. And maybe that's gonna be our way to get to this lady. I'm just wondering how we're gonna in the house, because everybody can recognize us that we don't belong. Let's just look around and see what we can find. Maybe we can find an entrance. There's some open windows. Maybe that's our way in. Let's just see. This guy's coming back, so we need to hide. Hopefully he won't see us. Okay, looks like the detective is going in. And now maybe you can sneak past this guy. Yep. Let's go in through this window. Hopefully nobody sees us. There's nobody inside, so it's safe.
That's a bit excessive, I think, considering the fact that I spotted no less than 2 routes to get inside the house unseen. We know what we're doing.
There's a lot of people inside now, so I'm not sure where we can go. Let's just see what happens when the detective comes in. I guess we gotta get his clothes somehow, so we need to follow him and see where he goes. And he's just standing there, so this may be difficult. No, he's going. Oh, he's coming our way. Okay. Nobody saw us, I think. So we can get his clothes. It's convenient because there's closets everywhere to hide these bodies. And now I guess we can just walk around through the house and
Mr.
nobody
Whitmer,
cares.
thank you for coming on such short notice.
Oh,
A
this is the
great
lady.
tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madam Carlisle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments, or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
So I guess we have a murder investigation. Should be interesting. The butler done it, as always.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madam Carlisle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madam's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by a rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madam Carlisle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Yes, we
Before
will.
you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madam Carlisle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madam Carlisle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this.
So apparently her kids didn't even know she was alive. And the rest of her family, so this is interesting.
Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
And there's her brother.
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
That is a neat camera. I want one of those. It can open windows and locks and tell you a whole bunch of information about dead bodies. See what's in the laptop.
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Shoe shopping before his death.
Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
Looks like he was drinking before dying as well. What else are we missing? Looks like there's a book, and it looks like it's gonna open up something. Yeah.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside.
Oh, this guy was a peeping Tom.
A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
There's another one. What was this guy looking at? There's a two-way mirror as well. I guess let's go back to the butler. It's a nice carpet. It's a nice house. It's kind of creepy, but nice.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlisle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I've prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case. and I will take you to Madame Carlisle.
This is very useful information, 47.
So I'm guessing we gotta find a bunch of people and talk to them. This looks to be the entire family. The Carlisle family. We only found 5 or 6 clues? What did I miss? So we also gotta search some bedrooms.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
So this seriously is a whodunit episode.
Yo, Ann, what's
This
up?
looks like one of the guys from the family.
Relax, man. I said I'd get you money. It's
But
just
he's
gonna take
busy
a
and I
little
can't
longer.
talk to him.
Jeez, and how's that my fault? Just calm the fuck down, Ant. You know I'm good for it. I'm a Carlisle. I'm made of money. Just lean back and enjoy the interest. Meanwhile, go and have some drinks on me.
I'm a Carlisle, I'm made of
Trust
money.
me,
That
I'm gonna
must be
hang up.
nice.
Let's talk when you calm the fuck down.
Can I talk to you now?
Patrick Carlisle.
Yeah.
Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Alright, so we talked to one of the people. There's a couple left. Let's try to find them in this house.
Just remembered I went for a stroll behind the greenhouse last night. Maybe that's where it is.
What is?
My lost button.
This might be
The
another
one you
clue.
couldn't find at the graveyard. Wouldn't it be a good idea for you to go and look for it? Now?
A good idea. Yes.
Something to do with the greenhouse. Maybe
No
we'll have
need
to
to
search
panic.
there as well. Alright, this is a big house, so I wonder how long it's gonna take me to find everybody. And Alexa's just walking around, so I'm curious how we're gonna get to her.
My heart with that piano. I can feel the hair on my neck stand.
You and me both.
No, looks like that's a nice room. So maybe somebody from the family. Yep.
Professor Edward Carlisle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Okay, so we got Edward and Patrick. And there's a couple more people we need to talk to. Let's see where they could be. Maybe over here? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's one. And there's another one.
Emma Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Gregory Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Looks like they're a little upset about their mother lying to them as well. But it looks like Edward and that guy have been ruled out. So that leaves Emma, Patrick, the butler. So let's go talk to more people. There's one more.
Rebecca Carlisle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to...
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else?
So a couple people mentioned the butler. So I wonder if he could be the one that did it. He looks kind of suspicious. I still can't believe we only found 5 of 6 clues in Zachary's room. I thought I had everything. Okay, now let's look for these bedrooms to search. So Mr. Fernby's office is just right there. So let's try to search that first.
What else you want to ask me? Phil, did you find out if the vote was notarized? But how the hell did that happen?
It's really easy to get lost in this house. It's so huge. And there's the butler.
How's everything coming along, Elaine?
Very well, Mr. Fernsby.
Make sure you focus on your work.
I will.
I don't need one more maid crying in the kitchen. So watch yourself around young Mr. Patrick.
Don't worry about me.
So it seems there's a maid in the kitchen
Patrick,
crying
can I
because
do
of
anything
Patrick.
for you?
So I'll try to find out what that's about.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Okay, let's search it. And I can't. No key, no crowbar. And no lockpick. So maybe I can find a crowbar. But where could one be?
He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick.
I guess this is the
No
maid
good's
that's
gonna come of
crying,
it.
and I can
Stick
talk to her.
your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlisle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
Did all the groceries arrive?
Okay,
I heard
let's see
some of
if
the
we can
delivery
find
people
anything
were
useful
unhappy
here.
with the security at the gate. But that is safe with Ethel.
Would you
She
mind
never misses
taking a few
step.
steps away from me,
Gossiping at
please?
work, though.
No crowbar. Poison maybe could be useful.
I know I have to, but Amy thinks she might be pregnant. I'm going to be a dad.
I remember how it was with the first one. The ones that come after certainly are a lot less of a worry.
Is there a crowbar here? No, the wrench won't do anything.
Did Alice tell you what Emma did when she arrived?
I guess a kitchen is not really a good place for a crowbar.
I kid you not. I saw her rearranging the photos.
There's cars outside, so maybe we could take a look there.
Montgomery to the front. She's not right in her head. Why would she do that? He died almost 50 years ago. Thank God Madame Carlisle is still alive.
Mary is so upset, as she's never seen a dead body before.
Poor thing.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlisle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else ask him to snoop around?
Oh, there's a key, but I don't think I can pick that up because they're looking at me.
Here.
Don't worry, I'm sure everything will settle down soon.
Oh, there's a crowbar. Nice. Now we can get inside the office, I think.
Too busy for my taste.
What is it now?
She turned up and demanded to be put up in Madame Carlisle's bedroom. We're the new heads of the family after all.
All these people are gossiping so much, it's hilarious. But I guess that's a way for us to find out what's going on in the house. Is anybody gonna see us? No. It's a lot of wine. So let's find some clues. A master key, this will be useful. On the desk, there's always something interesting on the desk. Something in the fireplace. Fire poker, that's not... Oh, no?
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
So he was killed. And right now it looks like the butler. And there's poison.
Painkiller. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlisle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlisle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
So I guess the butler didn't do it, but we can frame him anyways. Nice. So let's tell him we solved the case.
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlisle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
I will follow you. They have a lot of paintings on the walls. I wonder if they're all family members. These types of houses are nice, but they're so creepy. They'd be a lot of fun on Halloween, I think. All these animal heads hang on the wall. That's creepy. Look at the chandeliers. They're made of antlers.
This is Madame Carlisle's office. Please step inside.
Okay.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat. Please, go ahead.
The butler, Mr. Fernsby, killed Zachary.
Fernsby? Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlisle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I'm sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
So I can ask her about the case file as well. Should I take the money or ask her about the file?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the Constant. But that must mean you're... I expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it.
So it's in the safe.
The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Okay, so we got the file, but we still need to kill her.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlisle.
Are they gonna care if I walk out? Nope. Okay. Can I push you over?
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Nothing to see here. Just walking out. I wonder if I walk out quickly, nobody's gonna catch on.
Are there any gardeners outside you haven't seen before? There are a lot of them on the grounds.
Not that I know of, no.
Just want to keep Madame Carlisle safe.
Just find an exit really fast before anybody notices that she's gone. How do I go downstairs again? I guess this way? No, the other way? Yeah. Oh, they found her. They're searching. Front door? No, let's just go back the way we came in. I guess nobody's suspecting us, so maybe we can just run out. Yeah, looks like we're fine. Let's get back to the bike. Or maybe I can take his car? No.
47. They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!
Are they chasing us or just Lucas? Well, that was pretty intense. And we got Silent Assassin, nice.
Don't respond, just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
And then there were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah? How about now?
Over here! Cover me!
Walk away!
Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't. Tell the Constant to start running!
You think you've won? 47 is out there. And 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I'll look forward to your call.
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.
Oh man, this just got really interesting. So Lucas is dead, and Diana knows that we killed her parents. This is nuts. I can't wait for part 3. I'll see you guys there.